It was such a good night for song choices and for the battles. Hey fam, what's up, what's up, what's up? This is Robert Anton here, robertanton.com, coming to you with your no frills, the voice commentary from a singer. Tonight they were slaying. Let me tell you what happened. On the show, we are going to finish out the blinds and head right into battle rounds with our mentors, Patti Labelle for TeamXtina, Tori Kelly for TeamAdam, Gwen Stefani for TeamBlake, and P. Diddy for TeamPharrell. The voice coaches kick off the show with the performance of I Wish by Stevie Wonder, and Blake is so funny changing the lyrics to rip his home in the beginning, and Pharrell on the drums was nice. They all had a vocal line, but Christina came in for the chorus, and that was the rap. Then she brought them vocals. They all sounded good, but Christina brought the vocals. Love the cameras going crazy like a rock concert, and this sat right in the pocket, and they rocked it out. They all did amazing. Christina's the starter. We know who's the star of the show, right? Jared Harder was the first contestant to go on stage. He was 22. He did Merry Go Round by Kacey Musgraves, and he brought out his guitar, and his voice was so pleasing as he started singing, so clean and clear with a nice emotional tint. I was loving the story he was telling, and Blake finally turned around for him. He had some really nice high notes as he finished the song, and he completes TeamBlake. No one else turned around. Christina said he surprised them all when he hit the upper register. Blake told him it was a cool song choice and he loves his voice. He also said the high note was just icing on the cake. Moushumi was 22. She did Wicked Game by Isaak, and TeamXtina and Adam hit their button almost as soon as she got out her first phrase. Such an enchanting voice with sweet and tender qualities. The emotion was definitely there as she caressed those higher notes, and Pharrell turned for her. Loved the way she felt out the long notes too. It's like they just kind of drifted off, like just kind of tapered really slowly off to nothing. I just love that. Christina stood for her. Blake said it was amazing several times. Christina complimented her name and voice. Pharrell loved the way she navigated around the song and said it sounds super fresh. Adam called her voice glassy, and Moushumi chose Pharrell. TeamPharrell. She was kind of smitten too, right? Then we had Jake Hendershot, Jesse Bardwell, and Selena Carrera. They were montaged, not making it onto a team. And Katie Basden was 23. She did Midnight Rider by the Allman Brothers Band, and she gave a little bop as the music started, right? I was like, go on, girl, you gotta get into it. Adam and Pharrell turned right away, and she pulled it back after hitting that chorus hard. She just made it real soft and tender. That's when they talk about doing some dynamics. She was boom, pow, and then she came and brought it back a little bit to show she has a sweet and tender side. Christina also turned for her. Pharrell said he liked her voice from the instant she started singing. Adam told her he heard a lot of southern blues in the song. Christina called her voice really powerful, and Katie chose Adam to complete TeamAdam. Johnathan Hutcherson was up next. He was 16. He did You and I by One Direction, and he's hearing impaired, but surely it did not affect his singing voice. Wonderful rich tone for one so young, and he kept working his way into the emotion because he's kind of pulled out here and there because of people screaming and stuff and looking up, but he worked his way right back into it. Every time the audience was really excited as he went into the title line and hit them upper notes. His poise on stage was just very confident, and his song choice was perfectly age appropriate. I wrote it was very self-aware of him. Pharrell said he held the bar as the performance went on. Adam liked how he connected the vocal, and he completes TeamPharrell. Then Collin Taylor, Brianna Mazzola, and Chase Walker were montaged trying to get onto TeamXtina because she's the only one who has a space left, and none of them made it. But the last blind audition of the night was Ayanna, Jahnee, and she was 21. She did Skyfall by Sam Smith, and she started this very intense and a little theatrical, but it was perfect treatment for the song. Nice high notes and a great rounded tone. The lower part seemed to go a little flat here and there, but she really pushed out those big notes, and that got Christina to turn, and she gave all to this and just leaned all back when she was saying, I was like, go girl, you better work this song. Christina dropped to her knees and said she's her dream come true with the theatrics and the drama. Then she picked up a mic to sing that her team was full and had a back and forth singing thing with Ayanna, and she was like hung in there and really did her thing too. Christina got to sing about everything. And if you enjoy the commentary so much and you want to sing, make sure to thumb up the commentary and let me know. It also lets other people know we're over here discussing the voice. Make sure to share this commentary with other people who you know enjoy the show. Thank you guys so much for sharing mentoring, thank you for your thumbs. And next the battles began with TeamAdam and Tori Kelly mentoring Katie Basden versus Ryan Quinn. They did Maybe I'm Amazed, the Lindsey, Buckingham, Stevie Nicks version. And in first rehearsal, Katie was a little sick and Tori told Ryan not to leave the moment because he kept going into it. He closed his eyes, get into it, and he would just lose it. And Adam reminded them that it's a duet. Ryan was still getting an eye contact note from Tori from closing his eyes during final rehearsal also. And I'm sorry, but I thought right up front that Katie was going home. I don't know why, and I typed it just as I was thinking it because I was like, you know what, y'all want to hear this. I really did. Ryan started this out with his clear tone, and Katie sounded really nice and a little more grounded, but just as sweet. Ryan's voice really cut through as he went into the upper notes, and Katie had a great raspy growl going. I loved him when he riffed out of the first chorus, and he seemed to get more time on this and really went for it on those top notes. Them going note for note was really exciting, and their ending together was sweet. All the coaches stood for them. Blake thought Katie kept the body of her voice throughout her range. TeamXtina said it was very impressive and called it tough. Pharrell felt the intention from Ryan but called Katie's voice limitless. And Adam chose Ryan Quinn, saying his potential is limitless. And TeamXtina chimed in to steal Katie, and so did Blake after her. And Katie chose Blake, oh man, because she's a country singer. A good choice then. Next we had TeamBlake with Gwen Stefani mentoring Brittany Lawrence versus Paxton Ingram. They did I Know What You Did Last Summer by Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello. And Brittany was losing the melody and wasn't bringing the emotion in first rehearsal, but she was killing it in final rehearsal, and Paxton was on top of his game the whole time. Gwen liked that he was performing even when he wasn't singing. Blake also tried to get Paxton to produce some big notes within the song. So I'm so mad about this pairing, but I love this song, and I wrote link question mark because I did a reaction video when I first heard the song. So I'll link that somewhere here for you. She started this out nice and comfortable. His voice came in so affected and strange compared to her tone. His voice is so distinct and different while hers definitely is so full, and they got right in each other's faces at one point, and it looked like her mic hit him on the chin. Did you see that? His energy was off the chain, and she sounded like she was shouting in places. They finished with a big hug, and Blake stood for them. TeamXtina said they had a lot of energy and noticed their different voices that worked for this, but wanted to hear more of the falsetto from Brittany as opposed to her belting tone, and preferred Paxton. Pharrell thought Brittany could have used more dynamics and preferred Paxton. Adam thought Paxton's attack gave him the edge, and Blake chose Paxton Ingram, saying he has a vocal ability that is undeniable. Yay, Paxton! I'm so glad. I thought he was gonna drop that boy the minute the country singer got in his face. Okay, here we go. Alright, in the pimp spot tonight we had TeamXtina with Patti LaBelle mentoring Brian Bautista versus Malik Hurd. They did It's a Man's Ah! Yes, baby! It's a man's world by James Brown. Love it, of course. In first rehearsal, they both were killing it, and Patti related a story about James Brown, talking about, you know, she never could understand what he was saying, and she told them both to enunciate. She also told them to give respect to the other singer, always a good thing when you're in a duet or any kind of group. Give other people their respect and take yours. You know, do your thing, let them do their thing so you can both shine. And this was giving me chills in the final rehearsal. They was doing their thing, and I was like, oh my God, this is gonna be so good. TeamXtina asked them to give even more attitude and maybe bring in some falsetto spots. So as we started this out, Brian came out strong and Malik brought it with the emotions and the first signs of drama. I felt like they were both bringing the story and also a lot of passion. I wrote mucho passion. Their voices together were excellent to my ears, and I love the rhythmic sense of Malik, while Brian had a nice laid back vibe, and that falsetto he flipped into killed it. I was like, oh my God. They had me with chills by the end. All the coaches stood for them. I'd give it to Malik by a hair, but that's just because I like, it's James Brown, and he was always very rhythmic, and Malik was very rhythmic with this also. Pharrell told them that someone was getting stolen right up front. Adam put them on an even kill, but also was jockeying to see, like, I'm gonna take one of y'all, it don't matter which one. Blake called it absolutely incredible and put in his word, and they were arguing back and forth already. Didn't even know who was gonna be stolen, but one of them was gonna be stolen. TeamXtina, calling it toe-to-toe greatness, chose Brian Bautista because he was calm, cool, and collected, and she wanted to see what more he has to bring. And all three of the coaches immediately chimed in to steal Malik, and Malik chose TeamPharrell. I was happy about that. Were you? Oh my God, it was such a good night for song choices and for the battles. I like the way they did this. I think this is the first time they did two different types in the same night. Let me know what you thought down in the comments. Tomorrow night we continue with the battles, so I'll see you then. But also, Melanie Martinez from The Voice has released a new music video for one of her songs. I will put the link for you down here. I did a reaction to it, but I didn't post it up yet. It was right, it dropped right before The Voice started, so I watched it, did a reaction, and I have to edit that. After I edit and post this, oh, so much to do, oh my God. But anyway, this is Robert Anton. I will see you guys on the other side.